Hey guys, Derek Wilcox here for Team PRS and Inzer Advanced Designs. Training out of Strong-ish Garagebell this week, and this is actually a down week for me, moving into a block of 10s, coming out of a block of 15s. So even though 10s usually sound like a gigantic, huge amount of volume, it was actually a step down for the first time in my life. And after squatting 440 pounds for 15 last week, I backed down to about 315 on the bar this week for squats for 3x10. We're of course going to be ramping up that weight going through the weeks of this block, and hopefully just trying to get healthy this week and then the next week, and also trying to do some throwing while I'm farther away from a competition. I really enjoy going out and doing the Highland Games, and if I can do that and stay healthy, I'm all for it. These squats with 315 felt much easier than I really anticipated them to. I was still feeling a bit beat up from squatting for all those 15s the previous week, but these moved pretty quickly and pretty easily. The weight felt light on my back, so everything should be going well. What I also did this week was bench press for 10s and lots of accessory work for my shoulders there as well. I only was bench pressing 185, but even that felt pretty strange on my shoulders because I haven't bench pressed with a regular bar in several months, trying to get my shoulders stronger. And coming up after this, we've got hamstring curls supersetted with GHR sit-ups. Now, this is a hamstring curl variation that I'm doing instead of the full glute ham raise. We're just focusing on hamstring strength. I haven't done these in a long time, and I don't think there's ever been any way to simulate the pull on the hamstrings you get here. And it's also good practice keeping your torso rigid and upright, as you should have a straight line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees the entire time during the exercise. And as you'll notice on the sit-ups here, before I go down, I will actually arch my back to make sure my spine is in as good a position as possible. I try and maintain this through the entire range of motion. That way I don't get hunched over and start weakening my back from doing rounded back sit-ups like you'll see a lot of people do. That also brings a full range of motion through the abdomen, so you're not actually cheating range of motion mechanically on those muscles. And as you can see from the picture here, I threw in the Highland Games the following weekend, which is the first time I'd actually thrown in a games in about a year and a half. So I was very, very rusty on most of these events, but I actually had a couple of PRs in the stone put, which is just like shot put, but with a rock, and the weight over bar, where I was able to throw a standing 13 feet. It's always been a pain in the butt for me in that event, being short and just not being very good at it in general, so that was nice to see. All the other events for the most part went okay, and the only two events that I actually practiced in the last year and a half actually went really, really bad, so you try and figure that one out. But I will see you guys next week. Take care.